once he does run into a pillar. So I'm going to give that a try. Secondly, we won't be, I don't want us being, and this is for the range personnel, I don't want us being too far away. That way, I know Kale and Tano will probably have to reposition from time to time, especially from after he does the charge ability. So I want to make sure the healers are still in range for the melee camp and the tanks as well. So I don't want us to be exactly on the wall, so to speak, just just a little further up, just so again, the whole range thing. And then of course, like I said, we're not too concerned. I still want the circles to be tight, but they don't have to be as tight anymore, since I want us to scoot on over to the other side once the blue pillar is down. So we're gonna give that a shot and see how that goes. Tide. So same thing. Once that last pillar is down, that's when we're gonna hero tonight. So just be ready for that whenever.
Yeah, pillar 4, right?
Yeah, pillar 4. Once that's done, and he's stunned, go ahead and hero. And so that'll be the hero point for tonight. Okay, so chains. I know that was caused some confusion last night. Just a reminder, you have to do your absolute best. It's one of those silent communication things. Just do your best to make sure you're staying with your partner. If you break the chain, it's an instant death. So one more time, if you break the chain with your partner, it's the instant death. So your movement has to be in unison to whatever mechanics we are reacting to. You got to make sure that both of you are moving on the same page. So just be mindful of that. Let's see here.
Are you only chained with one person, or are you chained with 2 other people?
One person.
Okay, so there's like 2 sets of them out at the same time?
I think it was 3.
Okay.
Might have been 2 in range and then 1 in melee. Melee, or Lazy's not here.
I think it can vary, but yeah, there's multiple sets, and you're only chained with one partner.
So, range personnel, which is going to include the healers, so we're going to be quite large. So there's going to be a lot of moving parts when chains goes out, so it might be difficult to initially see who your partner is. So while we have that downtime, as soon as the chains go out, try your best to focus on finding out who your partner is. Do not wait until we actually have to move, and then you're trying to figure out who you're linked to, because there's going to be a lot of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 11 of us in the range camp.
Real quick, for the ones that don't know, after the red arrow goes away, you will have a red orb above your head, so you know exactly where your partner is too. So just follow the orbs.
Yeah. Main thing is, we just got to be... There's a dance to this, and I want to make sure we do the dance before we start DPSing. So, actually, the last 3 fights, there's a bunch of dances we have to learn. So that's what tonight's going to be, is just learning the dance, making sure we are doing the dance steps correctly first, before we start focusing on DPSing. So we'll get there eventually, but we certainly have to make sure we're doing those parts correctly first. Okay, so just to quickly recap, tanks, we're taking care of blue first, then moon, and then let me put the other one. So, and then Kale, you said you wanted to reposition on this side, correct? After the other 2 are down? Or you wanted to reposition where we are right now?
That would be my thought, but we can do what Tide said and kind of put them between the front 2 that we're going to break.
Yeah, so it'd be like we just kind of all move back this way. Yeah, so just so you guys are in range of the pillars, obviously.
Okay, so first 2 pillars, keep him where he is. Green and orange, you're going to take into purple.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
That will also help the range where you guys aren't moving or trying to reposition too far.
And range personnel, same thing. Once we're working on the last 2 pillars, green and orange, we're going to start on the orange side, and then once green is taken care of, we're going to hop over to the other side.
Let's check that out, Junks. Because I think if we stack well enough, I don't think we have to be doing shimmying back and forth side to side so much. I think we got more room than you realize, and the pillar AoE is unavoidable, so it has nothing to do with proximity to pillar. You just can't be in his path when he charges, because that will damage you. But when he hits a pillar, everybody takes AoE.
All right, I'm gonna drop a feast.
And it is 15k when he hits, so personals, if you got him.
Don't shimmy then, just stay in place.
Me and Tano do have the ability to extend the fight after the 4 pillars, but it won't be pretty.
Let's just focus on getting past the first 2 pillars, then we'll work on the second half of the fight.
Till we meet again.
Who's main tank, by the way?
I don't know.
Kale normally grabs it first.
Okay.
And, for timing reasons.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Destructive stone. Stonequake.
We were not in that.
Junks, you said you wanted blue first?
Yes, please.
Stonequake. Destructive stone.
Sorry, Grief. That was my bad.
Healers, are you having any range issues, or we're good so far?
We're good.
Okay.
Might want to move him, right? Because if he stomps, it's going to break the pillar or no?
Yeah, it looks like he's pretty close. Let's move him back. Oof, right on the edge. Let's see what happens.
Perfect. Tank's got it. Never mind. Ignore me.
Like a glove.
That's too small.
Tanks, bring him to your left a little bit. Don't worry about reses. We're just going to keep going here.
You gotta go out of... You gotta break the line of sight.
Range, come back towards the edge. Yep, just so we don't start dropping crap in the middle.
Destructive stone. Stonequake. Colossal roar.
Alright, wipe this one up.
Destructive stone.
So, once we get the first 2 down, I mean, it's inevitable for melee camp to just drop stuff, like, right there. And you see how it gets really, really messy right there? Is there any way around that, or I mean, is this like the way to do it?
The rubble isn't dropping right on a person, it's dropping close to him, so it's wherever the boss is, we're gonna be spawning things just somewhere in the vicinity of wherever the boss is.
Are you guys able to like hang out at the side of him or something like that, or just so like the main thing is the tanks. I don't want them having to zigzag all over the place to try to get to a pillar. You know, they need a straight line to get to where they need to go. So I was kind of envisioning like if we just do our best to keep it off to the side, that way they'll at least have some kind of clear path.
Is there any benefit to swapping the current position between the melee and the tanks? So put us behind where Slugfist is right now.
Mhm. So having them, okay. So just
Yeah,
basically,
because then it would drop more towards the outside.
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be in the back of the room.
Okay,
Also,
so let's do that for the first phase and the first 2 pillars, and then once we go to purple, same thing. Just flip them again, so you guys are facing behind him, or since melee camp will be behind him. That's a good idea. I like that.
thanks for range. Can we do what we were doing yesterday, where we start in that corner, then we shimmy left, and then after that kind of fills up to the pillar, then we take a step forward and we kind of fill the, you know what I mean, the row in front of it.
The healers were having range issues with that. That's what the problem was.
No,
The
we're
only
moving
way-
closer to the tanks though that way. What we had there is we ended up by the pillar, and then you have line of sight problems. We can't be behind the pillar.
We can do that. Kale and Tano, I just asked that you kind of push them over to the right just a little bit.
We also, like, the one problem with that is that we get knocked into the stuff that makes us take damage too, the previous puddles. Is that...
Well, you could start closer and then fill that kind of area first,
Sure,
and step back.
yeah.
And you could do it in reverse.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because what happened is by the time we got to the second pillar, we ranged. We're dropping it in the middle. That wasn't just melee. Like we had moved over there and had started dropping stuff throughout the middle. Yeah.
It's the same thing. Ty, you're preaching to the choir here. It's what everybody listen up. What Todd is trying to explain, it requires everybody to drop the pools correctly for it to work. This working at an angle shit is not going to work. Because basically all we're doing is just dropping it straight in the middle. So we have to make sure we're positioned correctly with what Tide is saying. So I understand what you're saying, Tide. It's just going to be a dance that we have to learn here to make sure that people are moving correctly.
It's just we need a refresher that we need to stack a lot tighter on range too.
Yeah. So just melee or range personnel, the moon, the moon over here by moon, the moon pillar, just. You shouldn't be working towards that, is what we're trying to say. You should be working the walls. That way, we're maximizing the amount of space that we have. That way, when we do get to orange and green, it's nice and pretty, and we don't have anything to worry about. So, just keep that in mind. I know if we're in this corner, the angles might get a little wonky, your camera angles. So just do the best you can. But the main thing is we're not moving towards moon. We are working the wall. Let me drop a feast back over here. So if you find yourself inching closer and closer to moon, you're doing it wrong.
And part of that, though, too, is range. Is as we get too close to the pillar, you do have to curve to even range the boss, let alone the tank. So I think we just do have to snap, like back over closer to the boss after we kind of fill a path.
Yep. So we're gonna snake it. So basically, we would start like on skull. Wait, hold on. So it's knockback. Which one was first? Was it the knockback first, or was the pulls first?
He knocks back on pull. So technically that.
Yeah. So okay then. So then we should.
He's got to reposition right away.
Yeah. So we should be dropping basically on skull first, then X.
Oh, I would do a line like this, sideways. and then come back to X, and then you fill it this way. By that point, we're probably at the second pillar almost. Then I think when he moves to the middle, I think we're going to have space where he is now.
All right, here we go.
Five, four, three, two, one. Colossal. Destructive stone. Colossal roar. Destructive stone. Colossal roar. Stone quake. Destructive stone. Stone quake. Colossal roar. Stone quake. Stone quake. Destructive stone.
I'm losing range on people.
Yeah, me too.
Destructive impact.
Get Cell up here.
Colossal roar. Stone quake. Stone quake.
He's going to be way too close to us in range here.
Wipe it up.
Destructive stone.
We should have plenty of room. It's at 46%, and we barely covered half the room.
Yeah, I think we can do kind of what we were doing. We just need him tank to at least center or on the far side from range. His stomp will just waste us.
What'd you say, Dad? I didn't hear you correctly.
No, we have plenty of room. It was at 44%, and we didn't cover half the room.
So the other thing we have to worry about is the tanks repositioning and making sure that they're the range personnel, that we stay together as a group, but we need to make sure that we're helping the healers with our movement so that they are reacting accordingly with the tank's movement so they can stay in range. So I hear.
Well, the melee were running literally away from the range group because instead of us being behind Sludge Fist where he's standing right now, we were standing on the side of him because you were standing on the other side of him, or the tanks were. So when we had to run away, it was just easier from a positioning standpoint to run the complete reverse direction from the range. So we were out of range for heals.
Was that I mean, I got a real wonky camera angle when I get to that corner. That tank positioning didn't look like what we talked about. Was there a reason why he was? It looked like he was facing north, east, and west.
Yeah.
Was that because you guys something happened, or did we get something wrong here? Either way, it's got to be north south for tanking. Trying to reposition. Okay, so were you reacting to something?
Didn't really have a whole lot of room to work with because everything behind him was taken up. Didn't want to drag him further closer to bust these other two pillars, so I kind of made the best choice I had with what room I did have.
Yeah, I just think if purples are like positioned for the second half of the fight, I think it has to be a little bit be north, kind of by blue, basically that pillar. I think for range, we were talking about don't start right against the wall. It seemed like everybody was behind me. You guys were all like, and then you have the back camera angles, and you're stuck back in that against the wall. You had space to be moving further up, start further up.
I get what you're saying, Ty, but our positioning is not going to be. It's not linear. We have to react off of whatever the tanks are doing.
I know, and I'm giving more margin for the healers to reach the tanks. There's nobody between us and the boss on this side, so it's up to us as the range group how we're using that space.
This is what we're going to do. We're actually not going to get into that corner. We're gonna because we don't have to be. There's nothing that says we have to keep a certain distance. So we're going to start like X-ish, and then we're going to work that area, and then basically we're going to work our way back, just like you were saying before, Todd. We'll work our line from there. And then that way, I anticipate whatever movements Kale and Tenno would have to do to reposition if something happens. I'm anticipating that healers shouldn't have any issues from us starting from there while we're working our way back. I feel like we should always be within range if we start from there.
Right. Yeah, and then we work sideways. We work to our left facing the boss, basically.
Right. Okay, so, all right, now, so Kale, so his circle when he does his stomp, obviously where he's at right now, he's way far away from these pillars. It probably won't hit it. If I'm not mistaken, it might be like around, if I remember correctly, I think you guys were probably right around Skull is where that AoE effect was. Would it just reach the pillar? I think it was right about there. Were you saying that to me, Griff? Correct? Was that the area? Shy, where are you at? Okay, all right. So right about where Griff. Yeah, he's standing right on Skull. Okay, so in that area. So Tenno and Kale, you guys Kale, as soon as you aggro, just bring him up to Skull-ish. Okay, probably maybe a half a step in front of Skull, just to be on the safe side, and then that way. See, here's the thing: if we keep him there, if range is moving back, then we might lose range on the melee camp because we can't bring Sludge Fist any closer. Otherwise, he's going to hit the purple moon pillar. So even if the range melee camp stay behind Sludge Fist, they might get out of range of the healers once we start sliding back towards the moon pillar. What if we start back here and move our way to the boss? What if we start by the moon pillar and then work our way to the boss? Screw it. Let's try it.
We're starting center then?
No. So we're going to start like around the wall side of moon.
Okay.
And then we're going to work our way towards the boss, because if I'm asking Kale and Tenno to tank around Skull for those two pillars, he's not going to be moving. They're going to keep him right there. And if the melee camp is going to be hanging out behind him, If we're moving away, then it's certainly going to be tough to start healing the tanks and the melee personnel. So I feel like if we start at max range, then work our way closer in, then we shouldn't have any issues from there.
Yeah, because then as they're moving, we'll be getting closer. Yeah.
Right. All right.
You basically start kind of by the pillar as a range group and move towards X.
Correct. Yeah, towards X. Exactly. Yep. Let's see how that works.
Did you want to put a marker on somebody in range so we know like who exactly to stand on?
Sure, I could put one on myself.
Okay. Just in case like we start getting like moving different areas, we know like, hey, this is the right place to stand.
Okay. Just let me know when you're good to go, Boral. Okay. All right, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Destructive stone.
Stay together, range. Yep, right on the edge, just so we can maximize the space.
Destructive stone.
That pool was in a shit spot.
Destructive stone.
Range, come back a little bit, just so the next pool. All right, never mind. Drop right there. All right.
I move back.
Yeah, we can do that. We should be hitting the second pillar by the time we get back all the way over there. Let's see if this works.
Rising.
Destructive stone.
All right, so now range personnel, we're just moving to our left now, our current left. Whenever we get the
Destructive stone.
That's a mess.
tanks, you could probably bring them closer to the room. I think you got plenty of space without hitting the pillars. If it's getting pretty messy there, which it looks like it is.
Melee had no place to stand.
If we could move, we will.
Destructive stone. Stone quake.
Good job. That's good. You're doing good here. Range, make sure we're not too close to the pillar. The tank is going to need somewhere to run to.
Tanner needs someone to stand with him.
Please, someone on me.
Destructive stone.
Let's keep it going.
I can't reach you, Tana.
You got a line of sight.
We'll see.
Yep. All right. Wrap it up. This is the best pull so far, so we're on the right track here. We're doing good here.
Do you
Certainly. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say for pillar 3, should we take the close pillar out first by range so that we don't have that line of sight issue? So then we could keep shimmying just along the wall and kind of wrap around behind that pillar as we move into the last pillar phase.
Okay. Just doing the opposite of. Yeah. Okay. I like that. We can do that.
I almost think we should destroy the ones on the range side first, because then it removes the line of sight problem there. Unless there's a reason we're doing like the other side first.
No, there isn't. We can switch the order. Okay. Yeah, it's RNG. Yeah, for pools, which is. Oof.
Shouldn't melee be sacked together, except for tanks?
We are for the most part.
Okay.
It started to get messy though there midway through, because every time he comes in and hits the pillar, we all come into the middle to hit him while he's stunned, and it drops pools there in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Which creates a problem for the melee, because then we've got to avoid the pools and avoid the big stomp thing he does.
So he's stunned right at the pillar. I guess, yeah, for melee camp, I guess, yeah, just do your best to position yourself on the edge, on the outside edge of the pillar. That way, at least we can do our best. I know there are other times where there's nothing we can do about it, but at least when he is stunned, like here on the purple marker, if he's stunned on blue, I guess just try to DPS him on this side. That way, if something does drop, at least it's out here. Is that an option or no?
Where you mean, like where the range was at?
I had the purple marker over my head. You see me jumping?
Oh, okay, over there.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, for example, if he smashes this blue pillar, if you guys just hang out on this side and just bait the pools, just hang out at your max range and bait the pools. That way, at least they're on the outside. I know we're going to get pools in the middle of the room no matter what, but at least that way we can at least save maybe 1 or 2 pools that will be on the outside instead of them just being placed on the inside.
Right.
So whatever pillar he ends up running into, just go to the outside. So on Moon, you would come over here to the range side and just bait him over here with us. We'll have our own line anyways. So
okay.
Range personnel. So I think we got to X really fast, and then we had to kind of double back. When we had to double back, healers, were you fine, or were there any issues with that?
Yeah, I didn't lose range until we were down here, like when it started getting messy. So
okay, all right.
Okay.
So that worked fine then. Us quickly getting the X and then doubling back to the moon pillar. You guys were fine the entire time. Okay. All right. So we won't change that. We'll just continue to do that. We'll start where where I am jumping right now on purple marker. We'll work our way to X, and then double back to where we are right now. Kale, we're going to start with the moon pillar, and then work blue. And then once those two are down, you're going to work orange and then green. And then we'll go for there. We're right there, guys. We pretty much saw the entire fight. Now it's just all about, a little bit of RNG and doing the dance right with the pulls. And I don't think we had any deaths to the change, so we're doing really well with that too. All right, check for pull. All right, we're all ready. Scott, get over here with us. All right, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Destructive stone.
Oh wow, my bad.
We're
I
good.
forgot.
Keep it up.
I forgot we changed pillars.
Destructive stone.
Higher range. So the next one, we're going to start doubling back.
I'm stuck.
Destructive stone.
Tanks. Okay, never mind.
On the outside.
All right, so Tano and Kale, try to eat up some space right there. You can move him back if you want to a little bit. Once he hits around 60, 70-ish energy, that's when you start moving him towards the middle. And then we have some free space to work with. And again, we're taking care of orange. Yep, thank you. All right, so range after this pillar is down, we're gonna have to go hop this pool that's to our left and go all the way around it. Yep. Oh, okay.
Bad Dano.
All right, wipe it up. Yeah, we lost a lot of people in that one.
I could put a locking somewhere. Where do you want us to end up at?
There's no space to move any closer, Junks. Where we were.
The problem with the lock gate is those people that are chained together. If one person takes it and the other doesn't at the same time,
Oh yeah, true.
they're gonna die.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason for us to use one in here. Okay, Tanner,
We have to stay up near the first two pillars. When we moved them that little bit closer, it was too close to the other pillars.
Okay, all right. All right, that works then. I thought we would have a bit more space, but
no.
Okay, so purple is pretty much the hard stop then.
Yes, we have to stop there. It is barely on, like purple's barely just where we have to be.
Okay.
Because I moved him to about here.
Yeah.
And he destroyed orange.
Okay, so then range, we might have to basically, once these first two pillars are down, we're going to have to reset what we did at the beginning of the fight, because if we just keep going left, same thing is going to happen. We're going to outrange them, the tanks and the healers. So I think once blue is down, we have to move in unison to max range from purple, and then same thing, start working our way towards the group, not away from it like we are right now. Does that make sense to everybody? Range personnel?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm just seeing ass on my screen, so I'm just gonna follow Jim Ricker.
Yeah, that last point was a little wonky, especially with the rubble and everything. That was just that sucked. We might have to start up a little bit further range just so we make sure we have enough space when we double back.
And do make sure that you are maxing your DPS when he hits that pillar. Don't be like repositioning then, unless you're doing full damage.
Correctamundo. All right, ready, check for pull. All right, just a reminder, moon pillar first, then blue. We're all ready, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Destructive stone. Colossal roar. Destructive stone.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay, melee camp, we're just gonna double back. I mean, ranged personnel, we're just gonna double back now after this is done. So just hang out on purple. Yep, purple marker, right where I'm jumping. As soon as the next one comes in, we're going back to where we started.
Destructive stone. Stone quake. Colossal roar. Destructive stone.
All right, DPS them. As soon as this is done, ranged personnel, we're gonna get to orange and hang out at max range, and then work our way back to about where we are right now. All right, move to the left. Watch for change. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. All right, right there should be good. Nope, move forward. Perfect, just like that.
Destructive stone.
Tanks, you're taking care of orange pillar next.
Colossal roar.
Range, we're gonna move to our left on the next one. Doing good, doing good. Let's get tied up, please.
Getting kill.
Okay, yep.
Try. Oh, there's no res. I'm sorry, I cast.
I thought we had two. All right. All right, wipe it up. Much better. That was much, much cleaner. We're getting there.
Just make sure range that we gotta move the same direction. That's what killed us there at the beginning. When we got chains.
Yeah, and we're still working at wonky angles. We just got to make sure we do our best to keep it a straight line. That way, when we double back, we don't have any issues moving around. I'm actually going to recommend we start further into the room.
I mean, there is space between us and where the tanks start there.
Yeah. So we're going to move a little bit further into the room, closer towards the pillar. Because doubling back, I just feel like we're going to get stuck, or we might have some wonky camera angles, and it might be difficult to see the swirlies. We're doing good. We're doing good here. Just got to be on your P's and Q's here. I'm anticipating more of that last pillar is just us just kind of finding whatever's left and running around. Yeah. 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 Exactly. Yep. All right. So range personnel, you see the I got the, you know what? Let me change myself in purple because I keep saying I'll put star. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to start on the star marker where I'm jumping, and then a direct line to X. That way, when we double back, we won't have any issues at all with wonky angles or anything else like that. Check for pull. I know we're all kind of grouped up here, range personnel. Just assume if you hear those chains, once that ability goes out and you hear those chains clanking, just assume you got it and move accordingly.
When we double back, move backwards.
All right. Oh, okay, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chain link. Destructive stomp. Colossal roar. Stone quake. Destructive stomp.
Much better, guys. Much better. Real clean.
Colossal roar. Chain link. Destructive stomp.
All right, range. Next one, we're going to start doubling back.
Colossal roar. Destructive stomp.
All right, get ready to lay into him. All right, range. So as soon as this is done, we're going to start shimmying over to orange pillar.
Colossal roar. Stone quake.
Move together. Start moving. If you got chains, be careful. We want to make sure we stay max. Try to get close to. Yep. Follow star.
Stone quake. Destructive stomp.
That was bad timing. We're just gonna have to do a quick. Yep. Quick little square right here. Keep going right. Keep going right. Get right up on those circles here. Yep. So the next one, we're going to go back up. The next one, we're going to go back to our left. Left, left. Stay with your buddy.
Okay, I can't see. Tell me when to move.
Copy. All right, lay into him.
When do you want hero?
Was that the next pillar? After the next pillar.
He's enraged.
Oof.
We need some tank heals.
We can hero now.
Big tank
Yeah, go ahead and hero now then.
Down.
Kill.
This is a little DPS check then for us. All right.
Yeah, we need to use hero early.
Third pillars would be the right time.
Probably, yeah. Hopefully we
You
can.
want to
squeeze
time
that.
with pillar for sure.
Yep, just keep shuffling. Good job, Kale. Keep it up, man.
Get ready to run, Kyle. Run!
All right, guys. Whatever you got, lay it in. Let's see if we can get him here.
Do it.
Pop everything!
Yeah, whatever you got.
Get Tano up in a few seconds.
Or DPS.
Yes, please.
Get me up, get me up.
Gotcha.
Grab him, Tano.
I got him.
Big heals on Tano.
Everything on Tano.
Back out.
Good job, range. Stay together. Keep moving to the. No, no, no! Don't lose.
Nice
Wow.
job, guys.
Yes!
Nice job.
GG!
I'll take it.
The first one's never pretty, right?
Long
Yeah,
as
clean
it's
it,
done.
clean as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, Jonks, at one point I was just looking at the ground. I really couldn't see anything. So I was getting hit by rocks. I'm like, what the hell?
Our dance for range personnel, yeah, certainly we have to work on that. Because if we're doing 2 rows, or if we're doing the move up and then double back, the doubling back is something we have to work on. Or actually the first set, to make sure that when we do double back, we have enough room. I think that was probably the longest time I've seen in tank something that's enraged. How long was that? That was like a full minute.
Well, he enrages at a % health. It's not a timer.
Yeah.
So he always will enrage. It's just that we should have heroed on third pillar because it was right before us enrage. You just want to get through it as fast as possible.
I don't know where they spawn, so. Or are these ads or bosses?
Us melee sacrificed our lives. For
Next one is going to be a stone form fight, so.
Yeah, I stood on kill to help soak that. Just got one shot to help soak it.
We're gonna kill all these ads, I suppose, and then it'll be time for our break.
So how's his shield arm, Kale?
I believe it's holding on by a tendon.
Ah, so like my face.
Cell, are these the ads we're going to see during the fight?
Oh, this is rude. Just ran up and was ripping my face.
Couple thrashes.
New tank?
I guess so.
Oh no.
Someone
You
else's
can't
turn.
tank that. You guys are just taking that to the face. But if I had 15 more seconds, Tano, I would have been alive with you at the end with lay on hands.
Oh my gosh, she had 2. They really liked you.
Good grief.
Right?
See if there's any RP. Nope, no RP. All right, guys, smoking if you got them. All right. This is to see who's back.
I'm back, but I'll need a summons.
Doc, can we get a closet, please?
He asked a question. You can say no. It's still a question.
So, you back?
Yep.
Okay.
Justice went a little bit AFK.
Wasn't sure if you were watching like Gordon Ramsay videos or something.
Maybe.
What'd you say, Tano?
Justice went AFK.
Oh.
Just real quick.
Jess, you back?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. I think that's everybody. So, all right. So this is a 3-phase fight. Phase 1, we're going to be fighting Call on the ground, and Grishal is going to be airborne. Phase 2 is going to be, they're going to swap. Call's going to be airborne, Grishal is going to be on the ground. And then in phase 3, we fight them both at the same time. And we have to kill them at the same time. Otherwise, if one dies, the other one gets buffed up like crazy and just becomes a hard time. So we want to kill them in phase 3. We want to kill them together as close as possible. Tied. So that's when we're going to hero as soon as phase 3 starts. We're going to hero at that point. Try to get them down as fast as possible. Okay. So phase 1. Call is going to be in the air. Call is going to be on the ground. So Grishal is going to be airborne. He's going to do something called Stonebreaker combo, and that is going to be vital for this entire encounter. And basically, it's this three-step combo. The first step, it's basically going to target somebody with a circle. If you have that circle, what I want you to do is bring it to the melee camp. I don't want you to take it on top of the melee camp on the tanks. I just want you to take it within a step's distance. So that's the phase 1. You're gonna get targeted with that circle. Phase 2 is people that have bleeds. There's gonna be multiple bleeds throughout this entire fight. Normal, I think it's just for everybody else that's not a tank. I think we just have one bleed we have to worry about. Tanks, you two have to worry about a bleed that the tanks do on you, or that these bosses do on you. So when that circle, once we see that circle, that the people that have bleeds, they need to go into that circle for this combo. Part 2 is jumping into that circle. Only the people that have the bleeds, because once it's done, I believe it stuns everybody as well. Once that part is done, the last part of that combo is a meteor is going to drop, and essentially the more people that are in that circle, the more damage that gets split amongst the people that are in there. So it's going to be easier for us to handle with the more amount of people that are in there. Okay. Tano, can you? I need you to science your vials for me. I want to see. Is it bleeds? I forgot what the tooltip said on those.
I can get rid of a bleed.
But what about the vials?
Bleed.
From the vials, is that what you're talking about? Because
I get one vial. I get one vial per fight.
Does it work on this mechanic though? Because some
Yes.
mechanics in here don't.
I didn't. Yeah, at least in
the
Wildhead,
file
it didn't say
works
anything about
on-
not using it, or that it couldn't be used.
Yeah, so the file works on all disease, poisons, curses, and bleeds. Doesn't matter what effect, if it considers that, it
there's
does
some
remove.
raid effects that it doesn't clear because it would just trivialize.
So
if it is considered that, it removes it.
Just go ahead and sign, Satano. Let us know. Everybody else, we're just gonna go ahead and handle the Stonebreakers combo as normal. Tano's gonna sign the file for us. He's gonna see if it works. If it doesn't, then we know. If it does, then we know people that are Kyrian in this raid. Just know you have that option where you don't have to get into that circle, but we'll sign that. We'll figure it out if it's true or not. Okay, so combo, like I said, that's the most important thing. We'll be dealing with that the entire encounter. So make sure that we learn how to do that dance. That's going to be the biggest dance that we're dealing with here. Okay. All right, so that's all Grishal's going to be doing when he's in the air. I think anything else he does is really trivial, nothing really big to worry about. Now, Call, when we're dealing with her on the ground, tanks, from what Wowhead said, is every Stonebreakers combo is when you're supposed to swap, just so the tank that does have the bleed debuff can go do their thing with the combo while the other tank picks up the ad and the boss, and then we could just keep doing that thing. So in phase 1, that's your swap, is when Stonebreakers combo goes out. Okay, everybody else, healers, listen up. This is an ability called Heartrend. So she's going to select 4 people. They're going to get a debuff. That debuff needs to be dispelled. But when they are dispelled, essentially that player is going to get a hard-hitting dot for 6 seconds. So we're not going to test the waters with Mass Dispel Cell, not tonight. But what I want is that we stagger the dispels as fast as possible. The initial dot is 30 seconds, so we do have some time, and it's very light damage. But the hard-hitting dot is 6 seconds. So it's kind of like we need to dispel one person, top them off for 6 seconds, then work on the second person. So there's 4 of them, and there's 4 people that will be selected. So we'll have to kind of work with that. So I want you to be the person that dispels, and I want you to call out the person you're dispelling so the healers can focus them, because it is a hard-hitting dot, and they will need to be focus healed at that time. Are you good with that? Okay. All right. All right. So that's Heartrend. And the last thing is Wicked Blade. There's nothing special we have to deal with it on normal. We do on, I believe, on heroic, but on normal, if you are selected, if you are targeted with this, you're basically going to get that bleed dot, and you have to make sure you get into the circle for Stonebreakers combo to make sure that you get that dot removed. These bleeds are permanent. They will not leave any other way other than the combo. And of course, like we said, Tano's going to sign the file to see if that works as well.
I've already told you it does, but no one's listening.
Okay. Just confirm for us, please. That's all I'm asking. So once, basically, we're doing all that until Call's going to hit 50%. Once Call hits 50%, she's going to turn into stone form. And it looks like we're going to get one big ad and then a bunch of small ads. So Kale and Tano, Call is still going to be active, but she takes on a stone form, and I think she takes 95% less damage. So raid personnel, DPS, do not worry about DPSing Call at all. We are going to focus on the ads. There's going to be one big ass, the Goliath, that needs to be tanked. So Tano and Kale, you're still going to be working with your swaps. Call is still going to be doing her thing as a tank, or her boss abilities to you as tanks. And then you're going to have the Goliath as well. So you guys got to make sure you're on the same wavelength there with swapping on that phase. Okay, so the Goliath, he's the one we have to worry about. So basically, we just DPS him down. When he hits 20%, he's going to cast Soul Effigy. And it's an 8-second cast, and every second that passes, the entire raid gets 1 sack for each second that passes, and that stack reduces our healing taken by 10%. So we're going to hit 80% reduced healing after 8 seconds, and that happens at 20%. So until he hits 20%, Okay. Our primary focus will be the smaller ads, and those are the Stone Legion Commandos. Basically, they're going to be flying in the air, and then they're just going to be dropping bombs and stuff like that. You're just going to see swirlies. Just make sure you're not standing in the swirlies. Eventually, they do make it down to the ground. We got to DPS them as fast as possible. Now, when these commandos die, they're going to drop these orbs, and anybody can pick them up, but we have to take the orbs to our good friend Renethal over here. So, where he's chained up. So I don't know if he starts at 0 mana. It just says we have to get him to 100% mana. Yeah, he is at 0. Okay, so in that phase, basically we just got to kill a bunch of ads, get them, and take those orbs that the ads drop, and then take him over here to him, so we can get his mana up to 100%. So the commandos will probably be our most resourceful use of these orbs that we have to grab. The Goliath, the big ad, will drop in a big one. I mean, I think it'll be the same size, but I think it replaces 40% mana compared to the 10% from the commandos. But the Goliath, like I said, we're not going to be focusing DPSing him down, not until he gets 20% HP. Once he hits 20% HP, then we have to get him down as soon as possible. All right, so once we get Renethal to 100% mana, he's going to do his thing, and it's basically going to break the stone form from Call. All right, and then once that stone form breaks, Call goes to the air, and now we're dealing with Greshal on the ground. Okay, so tanks, you guys are dealing with Stone Fist, so that's going to be your tank swap at that point. Everybody else, we're dealing with some swirlies. Make sure you dodge the swirlies. The big one here is reverberating eruption. So what we want to do with that, if you are targeted with that eruption, you want to take it to the edge of the room, right about where I'm running. Ideally, like in this space right around here. And basically, once that pool drops, you just want to get out of it. Now, every other subsequent eruption that he's going to cast, the previous one that was dropped needs to be soaked as well. So that's the big thing here. On normal, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I think the debuff is short enough to where anybody could keep going. I think on heroic, the debuff is longer, so we actually have to set up groups. But in normal, it's basically, if you're in the area, I need somebody to jump on it right away, just to make sure that we soak it. So just FYI, those eruptions, the first one will cast. The first person that gets it, go to the edge, and then come join the group. The next time eruption goes out, the person that's selected, go to the old one, but don't overlap it. Just, make sure the circles aren't overlapping. And then someone else needs to soak the old one as well at the same time when the cast goes out. So that's how the eruption works. And basically that just recycles all those abilities, keep recycling until Greshal hits 50%. And then it's just that intermission phase of rinse and repeat. Take care of the Goliath ad. We take care of the small ads. Once the Goliath hits 20%, we focus fire him, and then we get Renethal up to 100% mana. Then Renethal does his thing, and then once we get into phase 3, both of them will be on the ground. Things will be pretty hectic here because both bosses will be doing all their ground abilities, none of their air abilities. So we're going to be dealing with, we're still dealing with that hard-hitting dot. Tanks, you're going to be dealing with both of the tank swaps now. So we're going to have to, you guys are going to have to figure that out once we get to that point to see what kind of dance you guys have to do to make sure both of you guys are good to go with that. We're still dealing with the swirlies. We're still dealing with the reverberating eruption. So there's gonna be a lot going on in phase 3. Like I said, Tide, that's what I want you to hero, and then we just got to do our best. But for now, let's focus on phase 1 and phase 2 and see how things go from there. Let me drop a fee, so I'll do a ready check. All right, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so Wicked Blade's incoming. If you get targeted at, you're going to have that bleed, so you're going to be part of that combo when it comes in. All right, so it's on Necro. If you get the bleeds, go to Necro. Now everybody goes. Come in for. All right, yep.
And I did science it. The bios work.
Okay. Everybody saw how fast that combo was. So if you have a bleed, as soon as you see somebody that's targeted with that ability, you got to get to them if you have a bleed.
That wasn't the boulder we all need to soak?
It was, but the bleed happens first. The bleed removal. Then you soak the boulder. All right, so now we're going to work on this Goliath. Don't worry about Call at all.
Dispel Luna.
So if you have bleeds, get to Tide, and now stack.
Dispelling Clay.
Work on the Goliath.
Down, by the way.
All right, wipe it up. Can we jump off? Does that work?
Yeah, you can jump off.
Can.
Yeah. So that combo, it happens a lot faster than I thought it would. So just be on the lookout, guys. I know there's a lot going on, especially with our first few pulls, and we're just getting acclimated to all the sights and sounds. But if you have a bleed and you see somebody with that, okay, and you see somebody with that big circle.
Sorry, used.
Oh, okay.
You got to make sure you get to that person, like just lightning quick. Then everybody else needs to be ready to jump in there as well to help soak that meteor. So melee camp, that's you as well. So what we're going to do instead is if you have that combo, the Stonebreakers combo on you, the circle on you, try to find a spot that's best to where both parties can benefit from it, melee camp and range personnel. Range personnel, we don't have to be too far spread out. I mean, it's just a loosely spread out, but not too loose. We still want to keep things close, especially for that combos and the people who have the bleeds and they need to use it. All right, check for pull. Sorry, I just got to read these comments. Okay. All right, yeah, so just like Griff and Cell were typing here. Yeah, just keep it in close.
One sec. Jess, do you have the the conduit where everyone gets or the person gets a buff when you res them?
No.
Do you want me to do the res then, so they'll get all those buffs?
Yeah.
All right, so if you got hit with that, get into that pool where Griff is right now. Okay, now everybody else stack in. It's got to be quicker, guys. Got to be quicker.
Oh, sorry.
Spelling Haley.
So the first people are only going in are the bleeds because you get stunned. So I don't want everybody going in. Otherwise, we all get stunned. So like Scott and Griff, you guys got to make sure now that you jump into that next person that gets crystallized. You're gonna get stunned, and then once that is done, then everybody else we need to jump into that pool as well to help with soaking. But looks like we're about to transition here. All right.
Dispelling.
On. Soak. On Jess. Nicely done. Oh, we got an orb back here. If you're finding these red orbs, I don't know where that one came. There's one all the way in the corner. Yep. Yep. If you see them, just grab them, guys. Looks like they're just.
I think it's the ads that are dropping it.
Yeah.
It's the commandos.
I thought they would come down, but I guess not. That's what I read. They're just dropping.
Dispelling Looney.
Get ready for crystallize. If you have that bleed, quickly get in.
Grab him.
I got him.
Dispelling Crazy.
All right, we got to get this. Okay, yep. Further out, Scott. Okay.
So just
Get
keep
rid of
running.
back, Kyle.
All right, so the next one, that patch we see to our left, that needs to be soaked along with the new one that's dropped. Dodge these swirlies.
Just one person or a bunch?
Just one.
Just one. Yep, they just keep working like that. So now we got two. Stack with Cell if you get a bleed. And stack for now. Okay, doing good, doing good. Nicely done. Dodge the swirlies. We've got eruption incoming.
Moving in B.
All right, transition. All right, so now we know those orbs are just flying from the top, so get ready to grab them as soon as we can. Working on the Goliath. Stack on the back. Got one orb all the way in the corner. Keep grabbing orbs. Doing good. All the way one towards the front of the encounter. Yep. Shit, we gotta soak those quickly. One more orb. All right, group them up together, and then as soon as they're together, hero. Yep, there we go. All right, cleave them down. It's gonna get a little hectic here, guys, so let's do our best here.
Dispelling Scott.
Soak.
Dispelling tide.
You ready for the soak?
Soak.
Soak.
Dispelling giant.
Seismic upheaval.
Dodge. Soaks.
Soak them all.
Dispelling griff.
Pulverizing meteor.
Getting Haley.
Dispelling board.
GG.
Done. Well done.
Twisted by the one we once served. The Stoneborn were not the only ones manipulated and deceived, my friend. I dare say even the Arbiter herself has been made a pawn. The time has come to dethrone our former master. What we do next, we do for the sake of all the Shadowlands.
I'm not gonna lie for this one. Until we can get through the first phase, I wouldn't even explain the rest of the fight.
Yeah.
We're just gonna focus on first phase.
I'm putting a repair out here first.
I typically do that for last bosses. Yeah, we guys repair out here if you need to.
You are the key to victory, mortals. Go, strike down the one.
I think we definitely have the damage though to get through it. Just gotta figure the dance.
Look, Ramonia. These daring mortals have persevered through every obstacle.
Look at that long boy.
It seems we have little choice left but to surrender.
I have a better idea, Master. Let me carve them up instead.
I want that blade.
We could flay these petulant, small-minded creatures and use their bones to pay
She's party.
for our ascension. What to do, what to do.
Please, Master! It's been so long since I cut into living flesh. Let me skewer them, slice them, slash them, vivisect them,
I need to make groups. Give me a second.
Rushing one's work is so unflattering. I shall assist our guests with their atonement. Once they have repented, I will permit you to rend their bodies and send their souls screaming into the maw.
I do have to say, please take note of his horns. Please. Yes, Griff. Yes, they do.
Little hats.
Yep, Necro. He is so festive he put little tiny Santa hats on his horns.
Okay, all right, so we're going to split the raid into two groups here. So everybody take a look at your groups. Groups 1 and 3 will be one single group, and groups 2 and 4 are going to be the second single group. All right, so basically, he's going to do a dance, which is, I think, 3 parts. And we're going to be doing that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until we get him to phase 2. And that's what everybody's saying. It's a dance that we got to get down before we start talking about anything else. So basically, what's going to happen is we start off with this debuff. And the goal is we basically have to remove these stacks of the debuff so we can basically be able to transition into the next phase. The debuffs, we start off with 4 on normal. Only 2 need to be removed on normal as well. So basically, what's going to happen is groups 1 and 3, you're going to be the first group that's going to be tanking the Nathrias. So Tano, you're going to be the first person that's going to grab them. Now, as far as positioning, all I heard was that we should be eating up a third of the room, but I guess we take him to these corners, and then Tano, our groups 1 and 3 would all have our backs to the wall, and he would just be facing us, and then while groups 2 and 4 be behind him. Am I understanding that correctly? Has anybody else done this fight yet?
You are so I'm letting you do it. That's totally different strat to what I've researched. So don't ask me.
Some people do the back strat to keep the ads clumped up more than 'cause if he shoots towards the middle of the room, the ads can be more spread out. That's the point of the wall strat.
And that's the one I read that felt like it has the most success, where we can just nuke down the ads immediately if we do the back to the wall strat. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna see how that rolls. Tano, that's the only one I researched. So Tano, if we're having issues, certainly bring up what you have researched, and we can go from there. Sound good?
Go ahead.
All right. So with that being said, I don't know the specific positioning, so we're just going to start on, I guess, blue. We'll just start there and see how it goes from there. But basically, like I said, how it works is when we start this encounter, groups 1 and 3, we're going to have a tight stack, and our backs are going to be against the wall. So we're going to be stacking on Tano, all of us, tight stack, right up against and our backs are against the wall. Groups 2 and 4, you guys are going to be behind him, Denathrius, and doing your thing behind him. And basically, what's going to happen is, lost my place in the notes here. Okay, so he's going to do a frontal cast, which basically is going to hit groups 1 and 3. And that's going to basically remove one of the stacks that we need to have removed. When he does that, that's going to spawn all the ads that we were just talking about here. And then those ads need to be nuked down immediately, as fast as humanly possible. So after that, basically he's just going to do an ability called Blood Prints, and that is he's just going to pick everybody up in the air and then just toss you into the ground and stun you. And then basically, once he does that, the next ability is going to be what is it called here? It's a big red cone. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Desolation. Anyways, it's a big cone, but you can't miss it. So basically, we just have to get away from that as fast as possible as well. So it's basically we're dealing with the frontal. Once the frontal is done, then we're dealing with the blood prints, which is the stun. And then once that's done, so after the stun is done, Kale, that's when you grab the tank, and then your groups 2 and 4 will take him to the wall. All right. So it's the frontal, then the stun for groups 1 and 3. Once the stun is done, groups 2 and 4, you guys move to your backs to the wall, and then groups 1 and 3 will go behind them. Frontal, take care of the ads, the stun, and then we swap again, and we keep doing that until I think he hits 70% health, and then we'll go from there. All right, so let's just do that first. I could sit here and talk forever about everything else that's going on, but let's just get a pull in here, see how that works. Let's get that dance down first, and then we can move on to the next one. Not gonna worry about food or anything like that. Let's just do a ready check.
Where are we taking him?
We're gonna go to blue. So 1 and 3. Again, 1 and 3. All of us are going straight to blue and keeping our backs against the wall. 2 and 4 will be behind him. And then remember, it's a frontal. The frontal might be a little difficult. I don't know what I'm looking for, and plus my back is against the wall. Our angles might be a little weird, but I guess if you turn it around to where we can see everything, you might see it. But basically, we handle the frontal, then he tosses up in the air, and then he stuns. Once the stun is done, Kale, you and groups 2 and 4 will take over, put your backs against the wall, and then we go behind him.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you mark Boral so I know who to follow? Thank you.
Give me 1 second here. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. One more check for pull. See how this goes.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Night Hunter. If you get targeted with that, I think you just have to run out of the group. You might have a circle around you. Get the ads. All right, so groups 2 and 4 get ready. 1 and 3, we got to go behind them. Kale, you grab them, and so 2 and 4 get on your tank, respective tank. Ads. Run out if you get
Run out.
Probably gonna die.
Okay.
That's the cone.
Oof. Yep. So then, yeah. All right. So we'll set markers now, and then now we need to know the next side to go to. It looks we definitely split up them in different ways.
So right?
So did I do the feeding time wrong? I went out of the group and died.
No, I think that's all you're supposed to do. You're just supposed to.
It does damage, so I don't know if you were low or not. Maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah, the only thing I read was you just got to take it out. You talking about the one that you had the little circle underneath you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just take that out.
All right. Hopefully it'll work again next time.
Which? Crap! I forgot to look at the visual for what? How much of the space did it eat here?
It was like a quarter.
It eats a third.
It is 1/3.
Third.
Okay. All right. So, we're just gonna move counterclockwise then. So blue to moonish. I don't go exactly to moon. I don't know specifically where we're going to be parked at once that ability is done, but I'm just telling you that's the direction we're moving to. And then whoever has the boss at that time, Kale or Tano, just make sure we have enough buffer room away from all the red stuff on the ground. That way. the people that have feeding time, they can run out easily without any issues. All right, one more check. Oh, ready check. All right, here we go.
Five, four, three, two, one.
All right, groups 2 and 4, get ready. If you have feeding time, move out. Oh, that's me. Jeez, such a ditz. 2 and 4, get ready to swap over. 1 and 3, head behind them.
And then do we run to the other side of the room after this?
No, not for this one, not yet.
At 100 energy.
1 second.
Run.
Run.
Probably want to take him somewhere in the middle, right?
Yeah, I think that looks good.
You forgot to grab aggro,
Yeah.
Tanner.
All right, who's got him? Tano. Okay, so 1 and 3. All right,
1 and
Gales.
3
Might
stay.
hurt.
Yeah, 1 and 3 stay behind him. 2 and 4, get up on the wall.
Yeah, that's way too close to the wall. You can't see
Too
where he's.
close.
And like I said, it's a super tight cone, so you can't tell if you're in
Get
front
ready
of
to
him.
run. Get ready to run.
All right, so check it out a little bit more.
Yeah, it just needs to be a gap.
2 and 4 against the wall.
On the ads. Get ready to swap. 1 and 3 to the wall. 2 and 4 behind him.
Five seconds. Get ready to run.
There's nowhere to run.
Yeah, there's nowhere
DTF
to
them.
run.
You have to phase it.
Yeah, 70%.
70.
Just DPS, just DPS.
No. Just run towards the middle. Just press W.
All right, so as soon as we land, basically we're just going to head north. He's going to take us down below. Is he targetable? Nope. So,
You just need to kill guys on the platforms.
tanks, we're just going to head straight forward. Yep. You'll see, we're just going to head that way. There's going to be a bunch of ads over there. We just got to take care of them.
Do you want Jess?
Yes, please. All right, so let's work on these Kabbalists. Ranged personnel, work on the ones on the edges across the way.
We might want to get closer to the mirror.
What was the name of the ability again?
I think it's Hand of
Massacre.
Destruction.
Massacre. We still got some time. That's 30 seconds for Massacre. Oh, is it Hand of Destruction?
Hand
Okay,
of
yep.
Destruction.
Everybody get to the mirror that's behind the ads. As soon as Hand of Destruction begins, we gotta hop into this mirror. All right, go ahead. Go through the mirror. The boss should follow us. Yep. And
So
Bill, just
add
take to the
Another
ads.
Kabbalist over there.
I'm coming with you.
Get rid of dodge.
Oh yeah, massacre. Jeez. Those are pretty much the abilities for this. Do we have a res for Kale? 10 seconds. All right, yep. Let's make sure we get him up. Just stay on the edge. Yep, there we go.
Get ready to use the mirror.
Do not stand in front of the boss.
Use the mirror.
Got more on the other side now.
If you have impale, take a. Just kind of hang out on the edge. Wait until the next hand of destruction, and then we'll take care of him. Dodge. Hand of destruction. Get ready to use the mirror. Work on the range personnel. Yep, range personnel. Work on the edges.
Damn, time died.
All right, jump off. That was a good run.
Okay, Junks, it was easier if you tank the boss in first phase towards the middle, so we don't have to run the full arc outside.
Say again. What part?
The first phase, tank the boss near the middle, so we don't have to run that far.
One of that is to keep the ads together.
Yeah, that's
The ads are still together if you take him towards the middle. Because the kill I did with him yesterday that's how they did it.
Okay. All right, let's give that a shot.
I thought
then.
the ad spawns by the mirror. No, am I wrong?
No. He's talking about phase 1.
Oh, phase 1. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's give that a shot then. It's still very important, guys, that the team still stack together, because that frontal cone, it's what is allowing us to drop our stacks. So if we're taking them to the middle, the teams do not change. That still needs to be handled the same way like we did with our backs against the wall. Okay, all right, so DPS was right there. I think we were pretty good. Obviously, I think we'll do much, much better, because everything was just where we're learning everything on the fly. So we know 70%, we got to get to him where he's got to go. Tanks, when we reposition, once we run away from the blood ability and we reposition, just take him out a little bit further, just so we have some leeway on both left and right sides. So we know basically we have 3 of those blood abilities. Basically, we got to get him down to 70%. So let me drop a feast here. Actually, what time is it? Okay, we got time. Yeah, it's phase 2. Obviously, we saw on the fly. It's pretty easy. Scott, I don't know. I feel like we should just worry about the ads when we take the port. I feel like you, me, and Ty going all the way out there just a DPS 1 ad was counterintuitive.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Now, obviously, if we switch sides and we still have 1 up while a bunch of other, I don't know, we'll figure it out when the time comes. All right, check for pull.
So if we're gonna do it closer to the middle, where exactly do you want us to stand?
Yeah, I'm changing the markers here. So can we stand on like where the sword is, or does that drop down?
It pushes you back.
It pushes you back. Okay.
Ben, you can stand on the edge, like right here.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. So we'll start on
Oh, so I see. So the sword is basically acting like a wall. Is that what's going on? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so if we do, all right, yeah, so we still got to make sure we have some room for people on the outside. So what we're going to do is the tanking groups, the active tank groups. So when we start the fight, which is going to be groups 1 and 3, we are going to start where I am standing now, where Star is jumping. 2 and 4 will be on the other side of this orange marker. All right. So 1 and 3, get to star marker. 2 and 4, just hang out and get ready to position behind him once we pull.
Are you guys gonna just taunt swap to 180 him that way, or do we need to move?
Yeah. He's good. I want him facing the wall at all times. So they should be.
So, okay, so
there's still a knockback, right?
There's always going to be a knockback, yes.
Okay, then okay, I see what you're saying, Scott. Yeah, so then, yeah, let's not worry about changing positions. Yeah, just taunt swap and have him face the other way. All right, if that's the case, then let's just screw this then. Here, let me move this out of the way.
Just in the groups, you just need to make sure you're on your tank. So 1 and 3 are on, coin or whatever, and then 2 and 4 you're on the square, since they're just 180 in them.
All right, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
One and 3, get behind him again. Running to our right.
Two and 4 rotate over to me.
Position. Does he eat up more space if he's out like this, or is it always just a third?
Just a third. It's coming from the sword, not him.
Copy.
Sorry about that, Boro.
All right, we're on our last third here, so 6%. Let's push it.
We still got people that are not standing in that.
Haley's gonna need a life grip.
Who is?
Haley.
Well, the most we have is 3 stacks. You should be fine.
Yeah, 5 is where you get in trouble.
I don't think I make it in time.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you get a debuff here. Has deemed you unworthy.
Yeah, that's what happened to me the first time.
My small metronome legs.
All right, let's head to the ads. Range, we should be working on the, outside ones. If you have impale, take it to the edges of the room. Or they could, yep. Hand of Destruction, get ready to use the portal here. Leave that last Cabalist.
Alright, it's on you, Tano, if your stacks are clear.
Dodge. Nicely done. Lots of cleave if you can. The sword takes damage as well. Portal or gate, mirror. Range, work on this last ad in the corner here.
Switch.
Is Dot resable?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Same with Rhyme. Is he? Was he unworthy, or did Rhyme die down here? Okay. All right. Hand of Destruction. Get ready.
Big heal. Yeah.
All right. Let's clear these ads. Get the ads down. Range working on Skull in the corner.
Switch.
Dodge. Mirror.
Got 4 ads up on the other sides.
I think they come in eventually. Let's just keep doing what we can here.
Big heal.
Yeah,
center.
40%.
Yeah.
All of them come to the center.
Yep, keep working on these bosses. Doing good, guys. Doing good. Keep pushing on the 40. We'll start the last phase. Everybody get to the middle. All right, so now we're losing all the edges of the platform. They're going to turn into unusable area. Yep. Let's get these ads down. If you have finesse, just get out of the group. Yep, if you got that, yeah, just make sure you spread out. Yep. Rejoin the group. That's going to be a bitch on heroic, FYI. Good job, Kel. Yep, just take them, or Tenno, just take them to the next ad. Yep, perfect. Just like that. Finesse, stay out.
Alright, didn't know there was a knockback.
Got you back up.
Get to the edges.
Oh. Stay on the move, stay on the move. If you got finesse, take it out. Get back in as soon as you can.
Takes her down.
That's a wipe. Okay, so really good. Making good progress. Tide, that's when we want a hero, right there at 40%.
Alright, sounds good. Is the reason we're getting out that guy that he summons like a clone of himself that explodes in the middle? Is that what they get out this year?
Yeah, you just walk out of the ring, yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a 5-minute break here. But that's pretty much the fight. What you saw right there. So we're right there. We got 1 hour to get this buffoon down. AFK. Kale, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's some stuff? Are we making any mistakes on phase 2 and 3 from your point of view?
It was a lot better not standing in front of the boss for phase 2. Phase 3, we have to get those ads down so the healers can actually heal us. The faster we get them down, the more healing we get.
The one you're talking about as soon as phase 3 starts, right?
Yeah, as soon as we all go to the middle,
Yeah.
those 4 ads that are left, they have to go down as soon as possible.
Okay, so when we're transitioning into phase 3, do you and Tano have like any stacks or something like debuffs? Like, does anything drop? Okay, all right. So you guys are going in there fresh, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And then who's grabbing him first? Typically, would it be you or
just whoever's in position, dragging him, or whoever's got aggro still, because he teleports to the center, does his little RP, and then he'll go after us.
Okay. All right, Tano, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So in that phase, once we hit 40%, whoever grabs him, just say it, and then both you guys have markers, right? Do you? Yeah, both you guys have markers, and then basically we know, hey, follow orange, follow star, whatever, or follow blue. That way we know where you guys are going, and we can quickly get a head start on that ad. That would be my only recommendation as soon as we transition.
Oh, one thing when we do this phase 1, if you're in group 2 and 4, I will always rotate to his left side so we get knocked back left to right, or we get knocked back to the left. That way you guys can position yourself to run up with me, because as soon as we land, I'm taunting to make sure we clear our stacks.
Yeah, good call.
And if you have 3 stacks going into that last quadrant, just stand with whichever group you need to stand with to drop it.
Think again, mate. I'll send you full fathom fine.
All right, let's see who's back.
I often get asked if I can trust
So, Kale and Tano, once all those ads are down, we got to take him to the middle. And then basically that's going to give I mean, I guess we could keep him on the edges. What were you guys planning on doing? Keeping him on the edge?
Yeah, that way gives us more room to play with Hand of Annihilation.
Okay.
He does do a knockback in that stage, right? So you need to be careful you're not buying the edge if you can't.
Yeah, make sure. Yeah, especially you, Kale and Tano, make sure you guys are pointing him in. Because the knockback is, I think it's actually an tank ability, but it knocks everybody back.
Yeah, I found that out last bowl.
Shattering Pain. So that's going to hit you guys like a truck, and it's also going to knock out the entire group. But does he have any frontal cleave? Because then that's going to suck for melee camp. I think that's why this strategy I'm reading is saying tank him in the middle. Just so 360, everybody has a chance to survive if there is.
Plus, there's less of a walk from the edge to the other side.
Yeah, take him to because Shattering Pain, Kale, whatever. Obviously, you would have to face him inwards if you're tanking him on the edge because you guys can't get knocked off, and then melee is just going to be in a bad spot as well. So yeah, bring him to the middle on that. Once all the ads are down, bring him to the middle. That way, at least melee can position them behind the boss, and
that's gonna hurt when he does Hand of Annihilation. There's enough room on those side platforms. If you do a V formation, it's not going to knock anybody back. And from everything I've seen, I don't see a frontal cleave ability in the last phase. That's phase 2, Cell. It's not in phase 3. Yeah, that's from when I told everybody don't stand in front of the boss.
Yes, we were telling people to move out.
I've been going over this the whole time. No one's answering. I realize it's muted.
Let me drop a fee, sir.
Are you able to point that racking pain towards the Cabalist that the Rage are going after? I don't know if it reaches that far.
No, I don't think it reaches that far.
Alright, with the stacks for this first phase, I went over that. I don't know if everyone knows how that works exactly. Having stack disparity between the entire raid, like if someone has 4 it's okay. So even if a few people have 4, because the only thing that does is give you that slow on the transition. So as long as they can make to the center, the stacks don't matter. The more people we have, or I guess the fewer people we have with the same amount of stacks, the less damage that the big AOE does to us. So it's okay if we have 3 people at 4 stacks, and then a little chunk at 3, and then some at 2 and 1, because that'll reduce the damage we take.
Jess, can we get a cauldron, please?
Oh yeah.
Yep, just watch 70%. As soon as he's like 70.5 or something, just go Ghost Wolf.
I read, and I don't know if they hot fixed this or not, but I heard if you have an movement ability for your covenant, like for Night Fae, you could, right before it goes off, you can turn into your ghost form and use that as well.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, if Night Fae uses their ability, they can get to the center with 3 stacks, but without it, you need to be 2 stacks or lower to be able to make it.
All right. 1 and 3, get to the orange tank. 2 and 4, hang out with the blue tank. All right, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wipe it up.
We stay right on our tank, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Cauldron's still up, so make sure you grab them if you haven't grabbed them too already. Skin positions. right, here we go. We got to go in phase 2. All hands on deck.
2, 1.
One and 3. We got ads behind us. Don't forget about them. Two and 4. You got ads behind you. FYI. Up the last ad. All right. Let's get Scott up, please. Oh, shit.
Crawl to me on your knees. Surrender, and I will grant you a merciful end.
So, I mean, that's I'm not going to sit here and blame people right now. We got to focus. Number 1, we got to focus on staying alive. Number 2, we really need to focus on these ads. The first time we brought them to the middle of the room, we didn't have any issues, but these last 2 pulls, these ads are staying out way too fucking long. So I don't know if you guys are tunneling into the boss or if the ads really are a problem. I know when we had our backs up against the wall, it wasn't an issue, but now it seems to be an issue. We're going to do one more pull here with what we're doing, but if I don't like what I see, we're going to switch it back to with our backs against the wall. But those ads got to get down ASAP, and we got to stay alive, guys.
Get out, get out.
Drop a feast. Yeah, no need to rush, guys. We saw the very end of the fight. We know what's there. We know what's waiting for us. Let's just get there now. Healthy. preferably with the full suite of reses as well. Just take things nice and easy. We got the DPS. I don't think it's a DPS check. I think we're losing DPS because people are dying. So as long as we stay alive, I think we're good here. Focus on that first. All right, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tight stacks. 2 and 4, tight stack. 1 and 3, we got ads behind us. Both teams need to be stacking really tight. Other than that, obviously. Ads. 2 and 4, you got a bunch behind you. Ads, get him down. Take those out if you got it. All right, we're right on target here, 80%. Everybody's live, we're doing good here. Lots of ads behind us, 1 and 3. Right, we're right there. Keep it clean. Last set of ads. Nicely done.
Pull him, pull him, pull him. Someone grab him.
Couldn't find your name, sorry, Tide.
Yeah, I got pulled up a bunch. I don't know why I didn't drop stacks.
All right. What you have to make do? Range, work on these edges. Marked 1 with skull.
This sword wants my life.
Impales, take to the edges. Yeah, thank you. Somebody needs to grab that sword. Mirror. Get ready to dodge. Range, work on that skull head. And dodge. Range on skull.
Can I go back to the mirror for Tano, or does that not work?
You can.
Yep, go ahead and do that. I thought I saw the res go off.
Yeah, I cast it. It must have lifted me as I was casting.
Okay. Range, don't worry about the other ad. Just get back on the Nathrias after dodging. Get ready for the mirror. All right, guys, no reses. We got to keep it super clean. We got this. Pushing in here in the next phase. Everybody get to the middle.
Going left first.
Everybody follow the blue tank on that ad. Finesse, stay out.
Hero?
Yes, hero. Thank you. Next ad. Moving to the next one. Do your best to position yourself for knockback. Nicely done. Dodge. Good job, good job. Finesse, get ready to run that out. Good recovery, good recovery. Well done. Out of those zones. Position yourself for the knockback. All right, Massacre's incoming. Get ready to dodge. We're gonna have the knockback here too, so get ready. Position yourself.
Big heals on Tana.
Good job, we made it through.
We have a res in 20.
Yeah, we're gonna need it for Kale.
Yep.
Keep close eyes on Tano, guys. Yeah, healers.
Shattering pain.
All right, let's get Kale up. All right, position yourself for a knockback.
Shattering pain. Reflection. Massacre.
Oof, doing good. Nicely done. Keep it going. Next knockback, get ready.
Shattering pain.
Finesse, use a cooldown, personal if you got one. Nicely done. Keep it up. Second pots if you haven't used them.
Hand of destruction.
DPS them. Keep going, keep going.
Ravage is coming. We gotta get him.
Keep going. Position yourself for knockback. Dump it in, everything you got. Oof. Yeah, jeez, right there.
That'd be a live Kale, wouldn't it?
Oh boy. Wow. Make sure to repair if you need to, guys. You good, man, or am I on your bad side tonight? I'm talking to you. I pulled you into the other room. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Just making sure. All right. Check for pull.
So when we hero there, is that the start of the timer when he does whatever Ravage, whatever starts reducing the platform? Is it in that same phase?
Say it again, one more time.
Where he starts reducing the platform by thirds. Is that the phase that we heroed at the beginning?
No, it's some time before he actually does that. It's when the 4 ads are in the corners of the room.
Yep.
That's when we hero.
Okay. I just wondered if we wanted to use it to beat the elimination of the platform or not.
Those ads have to die.
Yeah, they gotta.
There is no ifs or buts. Those ads have to die as soon as possible.
We're right there. We're good. I mean, we that's the furthest we gotten into that phase, so we were seeing some new abilities. We had people go in and out with deaths, so we're right there. We're good. All right, check for pull.
And that, just as a heads up, that was a 10-minute fight, so you can easily do pots, a couple of them.
Yep, that's a very good point. I would recommend using one probably right off the bat here if you liked. Keep one for that last phase. Okay, we're all ready.
If the 10 minutes, 59 seconds, we might even be able to lost off the bat.
We couldn't use it at when we did then. The ads have to die. We couldn't use it in that time.
Yeah, that would.
True. Yeah, it's got like minutes.
Maybe. Yeah. Good job, guys, though. Good job. That was a real clean pull.
3, 2, 1.
1 and 3, they're all behind us. Behind 2 and 4. All right, reset your stack points. All behind 1 and 3. All right, wipe it up.
Desolation. Burden of sin.
Is at an end.
Let's get in positions. Check for pull. Yeah, he's close. Be careful.
My bad.
All right. As soon as he respawns, I'll start the timer.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burden of sin.
Just a hair behind on DPS. Let's pick it up.
Someone's got it.
Yes.
Or is it safe over here?
Okay, he just knocked me back into the hole.
Oh.
All right, keep it going. Ty, did you use reincarnate that last
Yep.
That last okay. All right, guys, you know the drill here. We're a DPS down, so let's make this count. Range, I marked the ad to skull. Range, don't worry about the other ad. Just get back on Nathria's. Get ready to use a mirror. God, I feel like he's gonna throw me off.
I know, right?
We got a res.
30 seconds, 40 seconds.
All right, keep a close eye on Kale. He's gonna have the sword in Nathria's. Dodge. Let's get Tenno up as soon as we can. Range, wrap up the last ad. Range, marked our ad with skull. All right, let's focus here. Let's get ready to push them. Do they stay or use the mirror?
I believe so.
Okay, range. Let's get back on that ad then. Marked him. Oh, he just came in. Okay.
Follow blue.
We have 3 minutes on rest.
All right, everybody jump off. That ad. Oof.
Yeah, so if we leave them up, we've got more ads to deal with right there.
All right. So then we'll definitely, instead of ignoring them like I'm telling you to do, we'll just pummel into as much as we can until we have to use the mirror. And then hopefully when we come back around, they're not at full health. At least we can only spend a couple minutes on them, or a couple seconds.
Yeah, and dots will tick and stuff on them.
Yep.
Group 2 and 4, stack up tighter, like be on the tank, because we're kind of spread, like in a line far back. That's why the ads are.
Oh, jeez. I forgot he was that close. Hurry up and eat before he responds. We got 20 seconds.
You done that close side here, yeah.
Yeah. You would think he would spawn in the middle, but
there's a hole there, remember?
So he tossed you through the hole, Scott? Is that what
I guess I was just too close to it. Landed right on the middle and just fell.
Make sure when we go downstairs too, we need really heavy tank heals, like be using your iron bark, everything to help them out.
Like at what point when we go downstairs, or just any time?
Anytime. We just need more heals on our tanks. They're taking a lot.
I can throw out some blessing of sacrifices.
Okay.
All right, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Stack closer.
All right, reset. Stay alive, stay alive.
Haley, can you tree here? Thank you.
Wipe it up.
Well, that makes it even worse. I can't even jump down the hole. It keeps shoving me back. I'm just getting some shitty overlap with the ads and the circles.
Are the circles, are they splashing by any chance?
Yeah, it's AoE to anyone inside.
There's somebody else in it, yeah.
All right.
Also
yeah.
heals the boss.
Yeah, I know it's really, really tricky because there's a lot of shit going on while those are going out as well. So, we got to do our best to, and not just the people that have the circle, the people we got to watch them and see which way they're going as best as we possibly can to limit that splash.
I know on group 2 and 4, I usually got one that goes left, one that goes directly back, and one that goes right.
Yeah, it's not because we're so close. It's when you're immediately selected, we're going to get that splash, and then. But just like Kale said, I agree with that. It should just be, a fan out pattern. One to the left, one to the right, one to the rear.
Yeah, it helps too if the group is stacked on that tank really tight, so they don't have to run out so far. And it only does AoE once it expires. That hits everybody inside their ring.
I felt like it was just doing. Well, okay. They're saying that if you run into that person, it's going to do splash. Is that? Am I getting that right?
It's a ring. It's a ring around them, and when it expires, there's an animation, and anybody it hits, it damages and it heals the boss.
Right. What I'm asking is not when it expires, just when it's active.
No.
And if somebody's running, okay, all right. So we're okay. All right then. Okay, I'm good then. That's what I wanted to know was when we're all clustered up like that, and if it goes out, are we taking splash damage immediately?
No, just the ads are doing damage to us along the route.
Mm-hmm.
I've had more than a few to where if I didn't ice block it, I got hit by the ad and then immediately did that blood price. So that's what killed me a couple times too.
Yeah, and just a reminder, guys. I know we have sometimes an ad we just might have like one or two that are oddballs outside the group, and sometimes I might just see one or two people on it. I would really like to see it all hands on deck until they're all done. All right, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is that closer?
Be smart, stay alive. Doing good. Stay focused here. All behind us. Cookies if you have to.
Crawl to me on your knees. Surrender. A merciful end.
All right, we're
You
doing
got
good, guys.
Saya, Cal.
Say again.
You get Saya.
Range, I mark skull. Range, as soon as we're done with this one, get to the other one on the other side. Dump in as much as we can. All right, start inching to the mirror.
He pulls you.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep. Perfect. That's even better then.
Big heals on Tano.
Cal, can you take Remoria?
Dodge. Doing good, doing good. Stay focused. Get ready for mirror. Range, we gotta wrap up that last ad. Dodge.
Mark on Kale.
Range, I mark skull. Next ad range. Nicely done. Doing good, guys. Keep it clean. Stay focused. Dodge.
Or I'll innervate Jess instead of me.
Nicely
Ready
done.
for transition?
All right.
Run to middle.
Follow the tank that calls it.
Left.
Follow blue
Follow
tank.
blue.
All right, finesse. Make sure you run those out if you have it.
Get Cal. Follow me.
Shattering pain's incoming, so make sure you're positioned correctly. Not to get knocked off. Finesse, stay out. Last ad. All right, game time, folks. Let's focus here. Dodge. Position yourself for knockback.
Second pots.
Yep, second pots. Finesse, run those out. All right, get ready for knockback position. Doing good, doing good. Keep it up. Stay focused here. Just a reminder for second pots, if you haven't used them, get ready to dodge.
Get ready to knock back.
And finesse, get ready. All right, game time, folks. Let's make this count. Position.
Knock back.
You ready for Ravage? Stay.
Spread out, spread out. Use personals if you have finesse.
Knock back.
You wanna
Kitchen sink.
request?
Kitchen sink.
Get cell.
Yeah, cell. Get Rhyme up too.
You're safe here.
Good job, guys.
Nice job.
Beautiful.
GG. Well done. That was beautiful.
Oh, apparently do not turn in the quest. Wait till after reset. You get 100 anima, I think. Or 1,000 anima.
What?
You get
Yeah.
1,500, so it'll complete your weekly. 1,250, sorry.
Oh, nice.
What
That is good to know. Appreciate that info. Useless junk.
I got screwed so bad in loot this week.
Was there any loot except for conduits?
Someone got a weapon? Yeah, Tano got a, oh yeah, Cell got a weapon. You know what, I mean, I think at this point, I think we all need to be wearing our red winter hats next week, or next time when we come back.
Yes.
Jeez Louise.
The quest that we just picked up, you said don't turn that in until Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Better cut that out, Cell. Some arrows for you, buddy.
You could have disengaged.
All right, was that all the RP?
The RP plays when you turn in the quest.
Oh. Anybody see a sideways red hat? Santa hat at the top?
Yep.
Is that where he died? Anyways.
Yeah, and the
That's
little
funny.
ones.
All right, guys. Well, hey, it's past midnight, so I don't want to keep you long here. Great job. You know, we managed to clear her normal within two resets, so I think that's a personal best for us. I know typically the last boss on normal is usually filled with bugs and stuff like that, so even if this fight was filled with bugs, nevertheless, we still completed it, so certainly pat yourselves on the back for that one. That was a great job. All right, so just some quick bit of information here. Obviously, we are not raiding for the next 2 weekends. We have Christmas coming up, all the holidays, and then, of course, New Year's as well. So the next 2 weekends, the next 2 Fridays and Saturdays, we will not be raiding. We will return on January 8th. So there will be nothing official planned for the next 2 weeks. Certainly post on Discord if you guys want to get together and do stuff, if you're available to play. I'm still going to be posting those dungeon groups, so sign up if you want something to do with the group. I want to reiterate as far as mats go for cauldrons and feasts. So whatever we need, whatever you can donate, certainly goes a long way to making sure that we have those stuff ready to go. So whatever you can, just drop it into the G Bank. Tab 1, Jess will go ahead and sort everything out from there. So during the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you know, if you're playing and you're fishing, you're bored or whatever, certainly donate as much as you possibly can to help the cause, so we can have a good time and make sure we're well fed and got something to drink as well. So really, those were the two things I just wanted to say, just reiterate the raid schedule. And then, of course, helping out with mats for our cauldrons and feasts. And certainly, again, pat yourselves on the back. That wasn't an easy fight. And quite honestly, I think we did make it look easy. So that certainly wasn't something to scoff at. I think we did really, really well. So certainly pat yourselves on the back for that. Everybody gave it 110%. So I'm really proud of you, all you guys, for that. And what better way to finish the raid and take a break for 2 weeks? So keep an eye out for more information. I'll be putting out in Discord when it gets closer to come back to time. I'm going to talk to the officers here and eventually figure out if we need another run in normal or if we want to jump straight into heroic, but that's to be determined. I'll figure that out later. Just enjoy your holidays, take some time off, and come back refreshed and recharged. That's all I got, folks. Great job again tonight, and I'll see everybody 3 weeks time. Cheers.